Flyweights for you now. Our tale of the tape is presented by Amnesia Vodka for JanCarlos Rivera versus Zay Garcia.
Okay, Sean, both guys 5'4". Garcia, a 3-inch reach advantage. He definitely wants to utilize that because when Rivera gets in, he throws good combinations, closes the distance well. Garcia's got to control the range.
Zay Garcia now set for fight number 3 in BKFC. He's had 6 in pro MMA. Garcia told us that he feels extremely confident with his cardio coming into this flyweight bout. Garcia said, with my excellent cardio, I will utilize heavy aggression, constant forward pressure. Garcia said, my style in this bout will be, quote, tactical destruction.
That was one of my quotes I like, but exactly, Sonny. Don't be wild, be tactical. Lots of jabs the entire time. Wants to make sure when he does get inside, utilize that clinch or work the pocket.
Garcia said, I will definitely take chances throughout this fight. I will be very active with my jab. Garcia, I'm giving him quote of the week from all 20 of our fighter meetings, all 10 bouts, all 20 fighters, Chris, for BKFC 80. Zay Garcia said, I have to keep making JanCarlos Rivera adjust to me. I cannot adjust to him.
He wants to overwhelm him with pressure. Feels like coming with hard shots, overhands, hooks. Feels like the difference in this fight is going to be his power.
JanCarlos Rivera enters 2-0 in BKFC. He had 5 in amateur bare knuckle. Rivera told us, I'm going to be explosive in this fight, but I will be explosive at the correct moments. I will never be reckless, and when I explode, I will then throw crisp counter punches.
This is about one thing to hit. Hit and don't get hit. He doesn't want to rush. He wants to pick his opponent apart the entire time, but constantly be adapting to whatever his opponent is doing.
Rivera said, I will flow off of my jab, I will use my jab to get in, and I will use my jab to get back to the outside.
Just see what is open. Take whatever the opponent gives you. And as he does so, he has to make sure he knows his opponent can jump in with wild punches, looping shots. Avoid those and counter immediately.
Rivera said, I believe I'm going to be much faster than Zay Garcia. I have to use my speed, my quickness, my agility to make Garcia land on his wide punches and then come back immediately with those clean counters.
And control the range the entire time. Make sure he dictates when and where the fight happens.
Back to the ring and Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the flyweight division. Presented to you by Amnesia Vodka, Ultra Premium Redefined. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 4 inches tall. His official weight, 124.8 pounds. Tonight he steps into the squared circle, ready for bare knuckle fight number 3. Fighting out of Lubbock, Texas, by way of Albuquerque, New Mexico, here is Zay Abomination Garcia. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears purple and white. He stands 5 feet 4 inches tall. His official weight, 125.8 pounds. His BKFC record stands at 1-0. Fighting out of Fort Myers, Florida, by way of Pahokee, Florida. Here is JanCarlos Baby Hope Rivera. And our referee in charge of the action, Chris Young.
Zay Garcia told us, I believe my opponent in this flyweight bout, JanCarlos Rivera, thinks that I'm going to be wild. I will surprise him. I will disrupt him because I will be very technical and very tactical. Round number 1. Hard entry after being technical and tactical on the overhand left off of scratch for Zay Garcia. He's in the black trunks, purple and white trunks for JanCarlos Rivera. Immediately you see the head movement, the wide right hook, and the duck under from Rivera.
Good head movement so far. Man, look at that ducking under for...
Great right hand, back shift
Sean.
That is an exceedingly rare, not just in BKFC, but in the world of professional combat sports, a clean knockout with the fighter still standing.
Glory to God.
I mean, you don't see that often like we talk about with that weight class, but I was just commenting on Rivera's head movement, ducked under a couple of punches, came right back and fight, and it was those duck unders. You know, Garcia was really looking to throw powerful shots. He was trying to make us use that power, but as you throw those powerful shots wide open, ducking the head movement was a good shot. Just walks away, unconscious, out. That slow motion uppercut, that did the damage. Landed 2. That's all she wrote. Didn't even have to throw the next punch. He already knew. That's all she wrote.
Our crafted replay presented by Forged Irish Stout. A brilliant finishing sequence from JanCarlos Rivera. Full credit to referee Chris Young. He saw that even though he was still standing, Zay Garcia was completely unconscious. And just like that, JanCarlos Rivera now 2-0 in BKFC.
Rivera wanted to make a statement, and boy, did he ever. Like we talked about, you don't see that kind of power typically from the lighter guys, but man, out on his feet, that was amazing.
Zay Garcia is a very talented fighter. Again, he's had 6 pro MMA bouts. This was his 3rd fight in BKFC.
Don't forget it.
Zay Garcia paused off of scratch, came forward hard, and then JanCarlos Rivera took over this fight. Brilliant finishing sequence. Massive power at 125 pounds to the clean knockout.
I mean, this is a guy who came through the early parts. You know, he came through doing the amateur series, Rivera, and it really shows. He looked so comfortable, so relaxed, so good, and that fight right there was just even better than his first debut fight for Sean.
Zay Garcia obviously standing. He is disappointed, but that was an onslaught of ferocious, clean, straight, hard punches from JanCarlos Rivera to propel his BKFC record to 2-0. Here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge of the action, Chris Young, steps in, calling a stop to the fight at 22 seconds, round number 1. For your winner, by standing knockout, JanCarlos Baby Hope Rivera.
And we definitely have a fighter to watch in this division. He's going to make some noise. You'd have to think so for Rivera.
Zay Garcia said he would utilize, quote, tactical destruction, but it was clinical destruction from JanCarlos Rivera to the inside. The right hand getting through the left hand, the right hand. That is the fight. Zay Garcia standing, he's unconscious, and the win for JanCarlos Rivera. Victorious by way of round 1 KO. JanCarlos Rivera defeats Zay Garcia. Ranking as one of the greatest middleweights in MMA history, Yoel Romero is now set for his BKFC